Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and I am back for another Toby Accessibility Mod PC Accessible Game Spotlight video. I want to do a little bit of an addition to the version 6.0 version of the Toby Accessibility Mod. When I did the original video, I didn't realize, I thought there were still different elements that were missing for like doors and switches and things. And I didn't know that some of that stuff had been fixed, and I incorrectly said that you could play the original Doom levels, the classic Doom levels, but you may be missing some of those extra audio cues. Turns out, when I did the interview with Mr. Alan D1, I was wrong, and I was glad to be wrong, because I'm going to go into when you download the Toby Accessibility Mod version 6.0 file, you have the Play Classic levels, and you have the Play Toby Doom executable files. Of course, if you say Play Toby Doom, you're going to get the Deluxe map packs that I showed you earlier in the other video. But if you say Play Toby, or if you play the Classic Doom,
main menu, options, new game, which episode? The Shores of Hell. Knee deep in the dead. The Shores of Hell. Inferno. Thy flesh consumed. Knee deep in the dead. Choose your difficulty. Hey, not too rough. I'm too young to die.
I love the way he says these.
Hey,
he's having fun with it.
Hurt me plenty. Ultra violence.
Nightmare. Love it.
Ultra violence.
Let's do Hurt Me Plenty for now. And now we are not in the modified E1M1. We are in the original classic E1M1 that I have played literally thousands of times up to this point. Now, again, one thing you're gonna notice is the Deluxe map pack levels that were based on Doom 1 and 2 levels. They are way flatter than the original levels. There's a lot more verticality and ledges and things in the original levels. And you hear this sound that you didn't hear in the Deluxe map pack very often, if at all. That is your ledge guard system. And that will tell you that there's a drop. Now, what I will say about this, and I tried recording this video, but OBS is being stupid again and froze, so I hope this one records. I really got to figure that out. One thing that I was sort of thinking is, I wonder if there could be a way to either increase the distance, like before you hear the ledge detection sound, or maybe that could be a setting that you could change under the gameplay settings. What distance do you want to trigger that ledge detection sound? Because I believe in the Toby, when you launch Toby Doom, you walk by default and you run by holding shift. At least the way mine is set right now, when I play Classic Doom, I am auto running by default, which is normally visually how I play, because I'm cruising constantly. But especially when I'm going to talk about a little bit of a interesting predicament you can get yourself into a little bit later. It's like when you hear that sound, you better let off that up arrow. You almost want to hit the back arrow very quickly, otherwise you're going off that ledge. So, zoop. You know, and right now that didn't matter because I could fall and it was fine. But there are areas where you can fall into a bit of lava or toxic sludge. And there are times where you can fall in toxic sludge where there's no way out because it's too high. There's no secret walls or switches. There's no portals to teleport you out. So you could find yourself, especially if you're cruising along and you hit that ledge right here, if you don't back off on that really quickly and you're just kind of booking it, you can fall in. So I wonder if there would be a way to maybe adjust the sensitivity of the ledge guard system. I just thought of that while playing through this a little bit, trying the earlier version of this video. So let's go down here. I'm not going to use the secret because there is a switch in here, and if you're good, you can get at it. I'll give you a hint. Right now we are facing south to face this switch. You basically are going to want to really book it, and you want to go southeast, and you kind of want to go straight east, but you're going to have to kind of zig your way through some barrels and pillars, and like, it's easy to do visually, but it might be a little trickier. Thankfully, you can get outdoors a different way, which I'll show you here. So here's our main room with our first enemies. Armor bonus. Okay, so we cleared them out. Kill that guy, and that guy, and the imp. Now this room, in the Toby version of the level, you were guarded. You heard bubbling poison sounds, but that was ambient. And there were walls, so you never had to worry about falling in. There is a zigzag pattern here, and I can fall in. So if I go in here, I can fall in the poison, and I can just walk out of it because these are very flat. But you can get hurt here. So the other thing that would be really kind of nice to have is, because a lot of the other sounds in the Toby version are ambient, if there is some way to add a sound effect to indicate left or right, you know, like that I'm coming up to a liquid, having a sound for maybe water, the toxic waste here. I was thinking, you know, like a Geiger counter, like in other games, like I know Fallout did it, where, and I think the Metro games, like Metro Last Light, Metro 20, whatever the hell it was, no, Metro 2030, was it 2033, I think? Whatever. But, you know, you hear that little when you're getting really close to a your toxic waste, your radiation. Lava, you could have another sound, but like having some sound to know that you're going to be coming up to some lava here, or some toxic sludge. And you combine that with the ledge detection system. My other thought with the ledge detection system is, so there's a place I'm going to show you in E1M3 where you can fall in a pit right at the beginning of the level, and you don't know that if you're blind because it doesn't trigger the ledge detection sound. I told Alan about that, and the reason apparently that is because that ledge detection sound is it's triggered by a certain drop-off height. And right now it's pretty high. What I'm wondering is, should that drop-off detection cue be triggered at any height that is enough to where Doom Guy can't walk out of it? See, if I walk in here, this is about the height of a regular stair or a step. See, I can walk right out of it. It's about the height of a regular staircase, a step in a staircase. So that wouldn't trigger the sound. You know, I would hear if they added the sound for the bubbling toxic sludge, toxic waste. I could hear that and just try to avoid it. You know, I could zig and zag my way through it. But if I fell in, no big deal. I can walk out. But I'm thinking, if this was high enough to where I literally couldn't walk out of it, maybe that's where it should trigger the ledge detection sound. So the three things I think that would really need to be added to make the original Doom levels a little bit more blind friendly is maybe the option to adjust the sensitivity or distance for the ledge detection, because again, if you're booking it and you hear the sound and like, oh, I overshot it, now I'm in the lava or whatever. Having that capability, and then having the audio cue for liquids, water, toxic sludge, lava, blood, and then of course maybe instead of having it a super high height, if it's at a height where Doom Guy can't walk out, it maybe should trigger the ledge detection. Now the ledge detection doesn't mean that you will automatically die. You know, you might fall, like if I go back into this first room back here.
South.
If I go up here, this is high up, but if I fall, it doesn't matter. But at least I want to know that there's a ledge there. I can make that choice. Maybe I would save, and then I can make that choice as to whether I want to try dropping down that ledge or not. If that would give the player a little bit more agency in being able to try that without potentially screwing themselves over. So before you get to this door in front of us, there's a door to the right, which is technically a secret door, as you heard the secret sound. And this takes you the other way to that outdoor section where if we would have hit that switch in that first side room, we could have zipped out here and gone through it from that way. But thankfully this secret, you can get at it a much easier way and not have to worry about that first switch. So let's go ahead and kill this. There we go, kill the barrel. There we go, we'll get that. And we'll just go, here we go. A couple other things I want to pull. Oh shoot, I didn't get the shotgun. I didn't go back, I was going to do that. You know what, let's just cheat and have some fun. IDKFA. So, like I said, all the levels that are based off of the original Doom levels in the Toby Deluxe map packs, E1M2 is quite a bit different than the Toby version, and the original that we're in now is substantially bigger. Shotgun. And if you trigger one part in particular, it could be pretty easy to get lost. So another tip that I will tell you, save often and make use of your bookmarks. Make use of your markers, because these levels are meant to be labyrinths. You are meant to get befuddled, especially the first time you play them. Again, I'm not really going for secrets right now. I know where they are, but I want to get to a couple other points here. So there's my red key card. I should go get the soul sphere, but I don't care right now. I'll leave that for you to find. But like I said, there's a lot more verticality. There is a lot more twists and turns. Like I said, the Toby levels are awesome, but they are simplified. And what I should also say, if you are new to playing Doom and you are blind or visually impaired, if you are relying on the audio, I highly recommend that you play the Toby. Use the Toby Doom launcher. Play those levels first. Play the accessible levels that Mr. Alan D1 made originally for Doom 1 and 2, because they are still very fun. They will get you used to the audio, the keyboard commands, the navigation using the compass, the markers. Get used to that stuff, because you're going to graduate to a whole new level when you start playing the original Doom levels. You'll quickly find that out. So I'm going to go in this red door. I'm going to kill some dudes here real quick. Hey dude, how you doing? Die imp? Okay. So when we enter the red door and we get to the other side,
West.
we're facing west. Now if you hug the left wall, this is another hint I'm going to give you. When you hug the left wall, it's all wall. And you can just go straight forward, follow that left wall, and you're going to be going up some steps, and you can go to the end of the level. If you want to find the chainsaw and a few other secrets, instead of here's our red door.
West.
If we go to the right, there's another side path where I kill this imp, and there's a pool of sludge with a pillar in the middle, a little island with a pillar on it, and there's a switch. Now when I hit that and I go back over to where our red door was, there's our red door. Now if I hug the left wall, it's open. You hear that? I hear monsters over there now. So this switch opened up a huge... Most secrets are fairly small. This is one particular secret that unlocks basically a whole, I would say half of the level that is optional. Visually, it's one of my favorite places to zip through and just bust up fools with a shotgun. But if you unlock this secret, you definitely want to liberally make use of your markers here. So I'm going to put a marker here.
Marker 1 placed.
So remember, these add audio cues to basically, you're leaving a breadcrumb trail. You can go left or right. It may be easier for you to go right. I usually go left because there's other things, but if I want the chainsaw, there's one other thing I want to look at here. If I go to the right here, I'm gonna... Oh, it's so weird going this way. I'm not used to going this way. Okay, I'm gonna be very careful not to shoot this secret, because I want to see something.
Armor bonus. Health bonus yet.
Okay, so... Oh, that was interesting. He accounted for that. Okay, that's interesting. So, you heard that little... the switch sound. Normally, this is a secret where you, like most secrets, if you hear a switch or a door sound, just hit spacebar, and you'll hit it. You'll open it, or use the door. This particular secret is interesting because if you're playing sighted, you have to shoot. You have to know to shoot this area of the wall. But when I walked up to it, and it made the switch sound, it automatically opened. So that was nice of it. But if you ever find yourself in like where you hear the switch sound, the little psst, wait, that sound, if you hear that and you hit spacebar and it doesn't do anything and you're facing it, try shooting once or twice. Just try to shoot, and maybe you'll hear like a, like something opening. Because that is a shortcut where like I said, you have to shoot it to open it normally. So that's cool that he accounted for that. Let's see, now that we're in this shortcut here. Kill that guy. Come on, imp.
Southwest.
Oh yeah, that's right, I did ID KFA, so I already have the chainsaw. But there's where your chainsaw is. So if you want to get that, like I said, this area is it's literally like half the level. In this case, it is optional. There's a whole part of it that I'm not even going to explore here for the sake of the brevity of the video. Oh, you prick. Where'd you go? There you are. Pot shot me from behind. Alright, so this part, it's kind of a zigzag over some This is another example of there's poison here,
Health
sludge, but it doesn't matter because I can walk out of it. So it would still be nice to have the audio cue to know that there is some sludge.
Health bonus.
And then I could more easily navigate. You know, then if I heard the sludge, oh, I hear it on my left and my right, then I can try to center myself and stay in the middle. Oh, okay, now I hear it ahead of me, so I can turn.
North.
Now I can turn again.
North. West.
Turn again.
North.
So and especially later on in harder levels, you are definitely going to have to make use of navigating certain walkways over lava or sludge. So that is something, if you want to play Doom, that's something we're going to have to figure out. But there's one other thing I want to show you in level 3, E1M3. And I was going to launch Doom 2 to prove to you that that worked. But I have this sneaking feeling that when I exit Doom and then I launch it again to open Doom 2 is when my OBS craps itself. So just take my word for it that Doom 2 works just the same way as Doom 1 does. Okay? So I'm not going to show you Doom 2 in this video, but just know that everything you're hearing, the doors, the switches, the power-ups, ammo, weapons, compass, markers, spoken menus are all there, and it works in vanilla Doom 1 and 2. So aside from those little issues that I talked about in Doom or in E1M1, as I was explaining, there's one other feature I want to show you, or there's one other potential problem that we have to work out yet. So we're gonna kill these. Oh, I'm gonna kill these dudes real quick so that we can chat in peace. Plus, I just like shooting zombies in the face because it's fun. Like that. Alright, they're all dead. So, when you start E1M3, you are facing north. So here's what I was talking about. If you open this door and it stays open, this door stays open, which is kind of strange because most of them don't, but this one always does, even visually. If you walk too far forward, there's literally... I'm going to pause it so we don't hear those noises. If you walk too far forward, the path splits off directly to the left and to the right. And directly in front of you is a gaping pit of toxic sludge. And the problem is that when you walk up close to it, it does not trigger the ledge detection sound. And I did point this out to Mr. Allen D1 after I learned that the original levels worked, and I was exploring them to test them, and I ran into this. So the reason that is currently, as I said when we were talking in E1M1, is that currently the ledge detection is set to be if it's a drop of a certain height, it will trigger the detection. And that's why I thought, well, maybe the ledge detection sound should trigger at any height equal to or greater to where Doom Guy can't walk up it. Like if I can walk up it like a staircase, you don't have to trigger it. But if you can't walk up that, maybe it should trigger. And also, we don't yet have the audio cue to tell me, hey, there's some sludge in front of us, or lava, or blood, or water. So if I walked forward, there's no ledge detection, there's no hazardous waste indicator sound, and so you're going to fall in that hole, and there's literally no switch, there's no way to get out. So that's another thing that he's looking at, is either if you fall into a situation like that they could automatically teleport you out to a safe place, like where you started, like at the edge of that ledge. Or maybe you could even have a key command if you fell in a pit and you could hit a shortcut to warp you back to the last safe ledge that you were on or something. So those are a couple of options that they're working on, because I want to show you, this is a good level to demonstrate it. So this one does not trigger, because originally if you find a secret in this level, there's a bridge that will form and take you to the secret level of episode 1. So later on, there will be a bridge instead of a pit. There will still be a pit on either side of the bridge, but you will eventually create a bridge if you find that secret. And boy howdy, if you find that secret and you're playing via audio only, I congratulate you, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get if you can see, because you're triggering, you have to
shotgun.
I'm not going to get all the secrets here. I'm just going to get to where we need to be here. In order to get that secret, you basically have to walk far enough back to trigger a secret door or wall to lower, and you have to run to it before it goes back up. There's 2 of them actually. If I hit that switch down here in this little area down here, and I go back here, again, this is another case where this wall right here opens up. It's not a wall anymore, and you'll go up into a different part of the level, and then that's where there's 2 secrets in there. One has the rocket launcher and the switch to raise the bridge to the secret level. And there's another level that I believe, what is that one? Oh, that one has the access to that soul sphere right in there. So you need to go into a secret to get that soul sphere. A secret within a secret. But what I want to show you before we wrap up is I want to go to an area that's got a couple examples of ledge detection stuff. Let me get this shotgun. Blow it up. Now I'm going to kill the enemies here first so I can explain stuff to you. Hear that ledge detection? Okay. So here's the thing. This is a great example of the room. So when I turn this corner, I'm facing east. And here's how I'm going to describe this room. Oh, shut up. I was full, so I didn't need it. That's why it keeps clicking. I'm facing east, and there's this open room it's open to the sky. And think about a bridge going over this big pool of toxic sludge. And in the middle of the bridge, it's not you don't walk straight across the bridge. In the middle of the bridge, for whatever reason, think about a donut, a regular donut in the middle of the bridge. So you walk a little ways and then you get to the donut. So you have to walk around on top of the donut and not fall in the hole in the middle of the donut. But you also can't fall around the outside of the donut. Actually, falling outside of the donut is way worse, because if you fall into any of those areas, you're in sludge and you can't get out. To my knowledge, I don't think there's a teleporter or a switch or anything to get out. You're just gonna die. If you fall into the middle of the donut, the hole, there's sludge, but if I turn around, there's a switch that basically raises the donut hole. And now,
east.
When I go back and I'm facing this room, now I can literally walk straight across. And I don't have to veer around the middle of the donut. I can just walk straight forward through it. But if I were to get any of this ammo, it would, if I went too far, there's a ledge detection. If I fell in that sludge, I would just have to die. And that's
Main
why I
menu.
think being able to maybe adjust or even just flat out increase the sensitivity or the distance of the ledge guard would be good, because another thing I noticed is when I play Toby Doom, the Toby Doom levels, it's set to walk by default, and then you run by holding shift.
Back.
When I'm playing the Play Doom Classic, I am running by default. And that's something that could be changed too, for consistency possibly. But usually when I play visually, I have auto run on anyway. But if I'm booking it here, and there's a lot more places in regular
Main
Doom
menu.
levels where you can fall off ledges or fall into poison or lava. You have to be a lot more mindful about your navigation, because there's a lot more verticality and there's a lot more kind of hazardous traps. Maybe being able to adjust the distance where you have the ledge guard. Because if I'm booking it here, if I don't immediately stop and maybe even hit backwards, hit down arrow a little bit, I'm going to just hear that sound and I'm going to fall in. Because I'm booking it. Where if I'm walking, it's maybe not as bad. But yeah, that's just a thing to note. So, like I said, overall, there's a few things that we need to work out. The Toby accessibility, the Toby map pack levels are pretty much perfect. Like, they are very playable. You know, aside from learning the systems and the audio cues and just learning to navigate, those are great. I think really these are mainly the things left in classic Doom levels that would also make them even more playable. They are fully playable now, but just know that you are going to have a little bit more tricky of a time getting through the levels because of the way that they're more complex and they are designed a little bit differently. So again, if you're new to Doom, Toby Doom, play the Toby Doom levels first. Get used to the game, listen to the audio manual, play the Toby Doom levels, and then graduate to the classic Doom levels. You are going to get tons and tons of gameplay out of this mod. So again, a huge thank you to Mr. Alan D1 and team for creating this awesome mod. I pray to God that OBS worked this time. I'm not going to show you Doom 2, but trust me, it works the same way that Ultimate Doom does. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful. Download Toby Doom, support the developer, play it, share it, stream it, record video. Let us know if you play it and you're blind or visually impaired and you play it. Let us know if you do a video or a stream. We'd love to know. If you are a sighted Doom player and you want to play it as a challenge, we would absolutely love to see that too. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-sighted, illegally-sighted.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.